Today on Chapman News, we'll give you an update on the president-elect's latest cabinet picks and the uphill battle one of them faces.
I'm here at Second Harvest Food Bank in Irvine, California to talk about how you can help fight local food insecurity this holiday season.
Coming up, I'll show you simple ways to practice gratitude every day and how it can boost your mental health. That plus your weather, sports, and more, coming up on Chapman News.
From Dodge College of Film and Media Arts, this is Chapman News.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our final newscast of the semester. I'm Ingrid Lee.
And I'm Jessica McCrory. There are just 62 days until President-elect Donald Trump will be inaugurated, and already some of his cabinet picks are raising questions on Capitol Hill. There are reports today that a hacker has gained access to documents containing damaging testimony about former Congressman Matt Gaetz, who is President-elect Trump's nominee to be U.S. Attorney General. The New York Times is reporting the documents were shared among lawyers representing a woman who says she had sex with Gaetz when she was 17. Gaetz resigned from his congressional seat just days before the House of Ethics Committee was deciding whether to release results of its investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct and illegal drug use by Gaetz. On his Truth Social platform, Trump defended Gaetz's cabinet nomination, writing, quote, "Matt will end weapon government, protect our borders, dismantle criminal organizations, and restore Americans' badly shattered faith and confidence in the Justice Department." Despite Trump's confidence, numerous GOP senators have not commented to voting for Gaetz. Additionally, just this morning, Trump selected Howard Lutnick to lead the Commerce Department. Yesterday, Trump announced he is nominating former Wisconsin Representative Sean Duffy to be Transportation Secretary. The president-elect will also have some former Democrats on his cabinet, with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as his pick for Secretary of Health and Human Services and Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum was selected to run the Department of Interior with Trump's current criminal defense attorney, Todd Blanche, as the number 2 lawyer at the Department of Justice. More cabinet picks are expected to come as some wait for Senate approval.
2 weeks after the election, we are still waiting for a decision in the 45th Congressional District here in Southern California. Republican incumbent Michelle Steele trails Army veteran Derek Tran by just 102 votes. This is the closest of the 5 races nationwide still yet to be called for the U.S. House of Representatives. It is estimated that about 10,000 votes remain outstanding. Steele, who is the former chair of the OC Board of Supervisors, is trying to win her 3rd term in the House. The Los Angeles Archdiocese recently agreed to pay an $880 million settlement to more than 1,000 abuse survivors. Chapman News reporter Lisa Wong has more on the story.
And as a result of the abuse, I ended up pregnant with a sexually transmitted disease. And it was a rough time. I had no civil rights by the time I was 19, my criminal and civil statutes of limitations had expired. There was nothing I could do to expose what happened to me.
Joelle Castix was sexually abused by a choir director while she was a student at Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana. She eventually was able to sue the school and the Diocese of Orange and was part of a $100 million settlement that at the time was the largest sexual abuse settlement paid by a Catholic diocese in the U.S. Since then, Castix has become an advocate. Attorney Morgan Stewart's firm represented survivors in the most recent settlement. He told Chapman News that some of the abuse dates back to the 1940s. Stewart says, quote, "Most of the victims are men. Some are now more than 70 years old. This may represent the last chance they have to achieve justice and healing." Melanie Sakota is a board member of the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, known as SNAP. She notes 5 dioceses have filed for bankruptcy because of settlements. They are no longer obligated to compensate sex abuse survivors.
Anyone who was abused before the bankruptcy was filed, they are forever barred from coming forward and filing a civil suit.
LA Diocese Archbishop Jose Gomez says funding for the latest settlement came from various church reserves, investments, and loans. And although the diocese has now paid out more than $1 billion, Sakota says survivors aren't actually receiving much.
First, they have to repay their attorneys any cost that they advance. What the victims are actually going to see is going to end up being so small that I'm not sure you can consider it a victory.
Castick says more should be done to hold the church accountable.
It's what happens tomorrow and the next day that will really tell us whether or not this was a true victory for survivors.
This is Lisa Wong reporting for Chapman News.
A Huntington Beach group hopes to repeal the city's library book review committee. The group Project HB says it's already gathered 15,000 petition signatures in favor of eliminating the book review committee. That committee can decide which books are bought for the public library and also which ones are removed from shelves due to what they deem is inappropriate content. The City Council has been split on the topic of the committee, those supporting it saying they will go along the voters' decision. A special election will likely take place in March of next year.
For college students, a new law here in California means just because your parents went to USC or Stanford doesn't necessarily mean you will have an advantage when you apply. Chapman News reporter Chiara De Gavea has more on the college admissions legacy preference ban, which will affect all private, nonprofit colleges in California.
In September, California became the 5th and largest state to ban private nonprofit colleges from giving admissions preference to legacy applicants. A legacy student is any applicant who is related to alumni or donors of the college. After the Varsity Blues admissions scandal at private institutions, including USC, there has been increased scrutiny on the practice of special admissions for the children of a select group of the wealthy and elite. I spoke with students at USC and Stanford who say they welcome the change as a step to creating a more equitable campus.
Definitely is fair. I think that it should have came maybe like a long time ago, but now is fine. I think it's a step in the right direction.
What do you think of like Stanford? Like if it's giving us as good of an education as they kind of say they are, then hopefully that we'll be able to afford our children opportunities to, be well equipped to get into colleges themselves.
Here at Chapman University, legacy status does not aid applicants in the admissions process. And Mike Pelly, Vice President of Enrollment, feels as though the ban is unnecessary.
I feel as if it's somewhat intrusive. It's like they don't trust us to do the right thing. And that's unfortunate because it does have other consequences. It's frustrating because there's a lot more encroachment in our job than ever before. And some of these policies are unnecessary. And I believe this is one of them.
Just 2 years ago, legacy admissions accounted for about 14% of both USC and Stanford students. The ban will take into effect in September 2025. I'm Chiara De Gavea, reporting for Chapman News.
Research shows that practicing daily gratitude is great for your mental health.
That's right. Our Chapman News reporter Reese Velez joins us live in studio to explain why. Reese?
Thanks, Ingrid and Jessica. Thanksgiving is next week, and it's the perfect time to reflect on the people and moments in life that give us joy. But did you know that practicing gratitude year-round has real mental health benefits? Here's why. Recent studies from Harvard and Mayo Clinic reveal that practicing gratitude can improve self-esteem, lower depression and stress, and even help with overcoming trauma. It also boosts oxytocin, the feel-good hormone, leading to better sleep and greater happiness. So now how can we practice gratitude in our daily lives? Performing acts of kindness for others, living in the moment, and simply appreciating anything intangible like gestures or experiences that add value to your life are all great ways to start. My favorite way of practicing gratitude is by tracking it with a gratitude journal. Set aside a few minutes every morning when you wake up or before you sleep every night to write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. I'll go first. I'm grateful I woke up feeling excited to talk about mental health live on air. I'm grateful for our viewers watching our weekly newscast. And finally, I'm grateful to have spent my last semester at Chapman University collaborating with this talented crew on Chapman News. Now it's your turn. What are you grateful for? For the last time, I'm Reese Velez reporting for Chapman News.
Thank you, Reese. Definitely lots to be grateful for this time of year. And during the holiday season and celebrations, we are reminded of those experiencing food insecurity here in Orange County.
Our live reporter, Caroline Linton, is out in the field to show us more ways to get involved. Caroline?
Thank you so much, Ingrid and Jessica. I'm here in the main distribution center of Second Harvest Food Bank, where they fight hunger in Orange County and disperse nutritious food all across the county to local shelters, soup kitchens, pantries, and more. I'm so honored to have Wayne Stickney join me today. He is the Chief Development Officer here at Second Harvest. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome, Caroline. Thanks for having us.
Can you describe a little bit about the facilities that we have today and the services that Second Harvest provides the community?
Yeah, I'll start with, oftentimes when I speak to people about what we do, they're surprised at the scope and size of our operation. Food banking is at the center of the food emergency system, and we get the food from multiple sources. So we actually spend over 6 million pounds $6 million to purchase fresh produce, lean proteins, dairy, and eggs. And we get food from grocery stores. We call it grocery rescue, end of shelf, live foods that's still good and people love. And then we also operate Harvest Solutions Farm. It's a 40-acre farm facility about 2 miles from our distribution center where we harvest, plant, weed. Since we've opened, we've harvested over 5.5 million pounds of fresh produce for the community.
Wow, that's so amazing. Now, we were talking a little bit about the upcoming holiday season and what that means for food banks, food pantries. And now the need isn't necessarily heightened because of the holidays. That's kind of remains constant, but awareness is definitely heightened. So can you describe the current level of food insecurity in Orange County right now?
Yes. So we actually work with 295 partners. We call them community partners, different types of organizations, community and senior schools. Actually, we're on 18 college campuses and universities. Even we're at Chapman University. The size, we actually this past year have served an average of over 400,000 people per month. And we've seen an increase recently to pandemic level numbers in October of 529,000 people. The need is heavy.
And if people are looking to get involved during this holiday season, are there certain items that you would say definitely donate, maybe don't donate to their local food pantries?
I'll focus on those that you might consider donating. So if you think of, we call it shelf-stable foods, peanut butter, rice, beans, soups, canned tuna, canned chicken. You know, the proteins are always good for families.
Perfect. And now lastly, how can people get involved either with Second Harvest or within their local communities?
That's a great question. I was thinking about you have a few different audiences, but you're definitely speaking to students. And I would say for any student who wants to get involved, you might be a part of a club, maybe your dorm friends. Come on out and do what we call a team building experience. Volunteer as a group. You'll be doing good. And you can visit feedoc.org/volunteer. And then the other thing is, students, think about donations. It's like, oh, really? Make a donation? Actually, for the cost of a latte a month, like $5, you could do a recurring donation, and it would go so far. For that, feedoc.org/donate.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Wayne, for speaking with me today and for all the amazing work you do here at Second Harvest. We really appreciate it. Now, there's so many ways to get involved, like Wayne just mentioned. Visit feedoc.org for more ways that you can get involved this holiday season or any time of the year. For the very last time, I'm Caroline Linton, reporting live for Chapman News. Back to you, Ingrid and Jessica.
Thank you, Caroline. Thanksgiving is just 9 days away, and with higher grocery prices, many people are looking for deals when it comes to the traditional holiday dinner. Target is one store that cut its prices, offering a $20 Thanksgiving meal that feeds 4 people. This price is $5 less than last year's deal. The meal includes a 10-pound turkey, potatoes, green beans, mushroom soup, cranberry sauce, stuffing, and gravy. Target Executive President Rick Gomez said, quote, "When it comes to our goal of celebrating food and beverage, big events like Thanksgiving and smaller moments throughout the holiday season are where Target shines the brightest."
And speaking of shining bright, it's time to recognize our own hardworking seniors that have devoted so much time and dedication to Chapman News this semester.
That's right. Starting off with our first two seniors, Ben Moscoso and Reese Velez. Ben, who is also a boxing fanatic, is interested in a career in broadcasting and media production. He is also the director of today's newscast. What a way to end off the semester. Thanks for all your hard work, Ben. Reese, who is, fun fact, an excellent singer, is looking forward to doing a ton of traveling after graduation. Have fun, Reese.
We're also going to miss Stephen Hogenkamp. He is interested in jobs in the news and sports industry. And it's also his birthday today, so happy birthday, Stephen. We wish you the best. And Cora, originally from Wisconsin, plans to stick around in Orange for the summer before making the move to LA and hopes for a job in social media management. Best of luck, Cora.
Congratulations to these four seniors. More senior shoutouts coming up.
Thanksgiving is around the corner and it's bringing some intense weather conditions with it. Coming up, we'll take a look at what weather to expect as the travel season begins.
We'll also hear from out-of-state and international students about how high airline ticket prices have made it difficult for them to get home to their families for the holidays. More on that coming up after the break.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Post-pandemic interest in concerts and other live events has soared, and so have ticket prices. But that has made fans vulnerable to online scams. According to Polestar, ticket prices in the Los Angeles market rose nearly 7% in 2023. As a result, many are looking for better deals online. However, that is often where people are scammed. Between January 2022 to February 2023, the Better Business Bureau received over 16,000 complaints related to ticket sales scams. Chapman University senior Caitlin Ordonio says that potential scammers online try to make deals enticing for unsuspecting users.
On social media, on Twitter, oh, tickets for this show that's tomorrow that's sold out for sort of a reasonable price, not over the top or really cheap, somewhere in between. You'd want to grab those tickets.
The Department of Consumer of Business Affairs in Los Angeles County says that whenever possible, buy tickets either from the box office, official event website, or legitimate ticket distributors, and avoid purchasing tickets from strangers online.
A 71-year-old bridge that connects the small community to Newport Beach is being replaced. The bridge serves Collins Island, which has only 8 properties. Newport City staff say the span is, quote, approaching the end of its useful life. The new bridge will include more space for foot traffic and have better protection from rising sea levels. While the bridge only affects a few neighbors, Newport Council member Robin Grant told a local news site that because it is a small project, the residents have been helpful in voicing their opinions about the project.
After the recent elections, there will be 2 new faces on the Anaheim City Council, plus 1 returning member. All 3 candidates indirectly received sizable donations from Disney. Disney spent almost $1 million in the local elections to back city council candidates who favor proposed changes to the Disneyland parks. About 2 years ago, independent investigators found Disneyland heavily influences Anaheim government. Florida City Council member Jose Moreno shared with us his thoughts on Disney's involvement in local elections.
As residents generally, do you believe that Disney should control the city's politics, that they should have undue influence in the city's politics. My experience is they absolutely say no. They believe that, of course, the city should work with Disney, but our city council members should work first and foremost in the interest of the residents, not in the tourism industry.
This year, instead of supporting the candidates through its own political action committee, Support Our Anaheim Resort, or SOAR, Disney used other PACs to contribute to the campaigns.
It is almost time to go home for the holidays, but for many students, finding an affordable plane ticket is a challenge. Our Cora Sinis spoke with some local college students about how a recent rise in airline ticket prices has affected them.
Most recent ticket was like $850 round trip to go home for a week, and that's always a little bit of a tough conversation.
The last month of a college semester can be a stressful time for students, with many final exams and projects. There is the excitement of having a break at home right around the corner, but with 2 holiday breaks within weeks of each other, many students have found it's not that easy to get back to their families.
It's not worth it, honestly, because with the flight, it's like, if I did a direct flight, that's 13 hours, and that usually ranges from like 1,000 to like 1,200. And by the time I get there, like I would have only like a couple like days before I have to fly back, so it's not worth it.
While the average airline ticket prices for Thanksgiving and Christmas travel have dropped slightly since 2022 and 2023, they still are not considered cheap by any means.
I've never had the experience, especially for Thanksgiving, when I go to look at a plane ticket, it's never been under, I would say, $500.
I recently searched for a round-trip airline ticket, traveling in December from John Wayne Airport here in Orange County to Philadelphia. The cheapest ticket was $486, with a 7-hour layover. International students have an even harder time finding affordable tickets.
Whenever my friends complain about their flights, someone's like, oh my God, I have to pay $600 and it's with Spirit. I'm like, I'd kill to pay for $600 for a flight home. Oh my God, that's half my ticket. That's a one-way trip home.
So this holiday season, make sure to not take going home for granted. It's not so easy for everyone.
Medical researchers say cases of whooping cough are skyrocketing across the country. This is likely due to missed vaccinations during the pandemic. The Centers for Disease Control says the number of reported cases have more than quadrupled since last year. Pennsylvania, New York, and California currently have the highest number of cases. Whooping cough is often mistaken for the common cold, but it is a highly contagious respiratory tract infection.
Irvine Police is the first law enforcement department in the country to use Tesla Cybertrucks. The department added 1 Cybertruck to its fleet and is being used by DARE officer Alex Mendoza when he visits schools to talk about drug education. Irvine PD spokesperson Carrie Davies says the cars give police an opportunity to engage with students in the area.
People wanting to roll down the windows so they can ask him questions. Anytime he goes somewhere and stops, they're always asking him, like, can I see it? Can I sit in it? Can you turn on the lights for me? The community response has been really overwhelming.
The Cybertrucks will not be used for patrol, as they do not have the same capabilities as patrol cars. While the Cybertrucks cost more than patrol cars, they are expected to be in service 4 to 7 years longer.
And Jessica, it's getting chillier out here, isn't it?
It definitely is. Here to tell us more, let's check in with our weather anchor, Lisa Wong.
Thank you, Ingrid and Jessica. Everyone is getting excited with Thanksgiving coming up. The weather is too. This week we'll be seeing some clouds, sun, and rain. Our current weather today in classic California fashion is looking like a solid 70 degrees with partly cloudy skies. And now taking a look at our national weather forecast, lots of rain and snow coming towards our coastal friends. There's a powerful storm developing off the northwest coast known as a bomb cyclone coming into the coastal parts of Northern California, Oregon, and Washington. So what this means is hurricane level winds as well as a month-long's worth of rain. So let's take a look at the current conditions in San Francisco. Right now, it's looking nice, but really quickly throughout this week, it's going to start to get a little bit more rainy and cold starting tomorrow. And up in Seattle, we're going to keep seeing these heavy rains with some flood watches and high winds throughout the week. There will even be some snow coming in with a projection of about a foot of snow in some areas. Now, making our way to Las Vegas in Nevada, it'll get warmer throughout this week as we gear towards the Las Vegas Grand Prix this Saturday with the end of the Formula One season in sight. With nice weather and an exciting race, what more could you ask for? Well, Denver's got the answer. Snow. For our Colorado friends, they're getting their first taste of winter. Those in Denver can expect some light snowfall with up to 4 inches of snow in some areas. Phoenix and Houston are looking real nice with 71 and 80 degrees. And as we make our way up north, Minneapolis is cold and rainy, and it'll continue to get colder throughout the week. Chicago, in a similar fashion, looking real nice right now, but it will get a little more chillier later this week with some snow and rain popping in here and there. Atlanta is also going to be seeing some rain, and Miami can't relate with their 81 degrees and sunny temperatures. Now, we're going to make our way up the East Coast, saying hi to DC over here, sitting at 64 degrees with some clouds, and last but not least, my home state, New York, currently at 62 degrees. Hey guys, here's some fun slang for you. Over New York, when it's cold, we say it's brick out. And that's exactly what it's going to be this week with a drop in temperature and some rain coming in later. Now, moving on to our local Orange County forecast, we're averaging about 67 degrees. Orange is the warmest at 70 degrees, and our Surf City, San Clemente, is the coldest at 65 degrees. With onshore winds and cold air, not necessarily the best surfing conditions. Personally, I would recommend a nice autumn walk or a day in for our surfers out there in San Clemente. Lastly, it's time for our weekly weather with me, Wong. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to get warmer, and then it's going to taper off this weekend with some rainfall. That is all I have for you. Stay dry out there. For the first and last time in studio, I'm Lisa Wong. Back to you ladies, Ingrid and Jessica.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much for that update on the weather.
Now it's time to honor some more outstanding seniors that we will miss here on the Chapman News team.
Rosemary Wright is an aspiring reporter whose goal is to become a news anchor. She's gained valuable experience here at Chapman, interviewing a range of people, including Sammy Hagar from Van Halen. That was her first interview. And of course, a special shout out to my co-anchor Jessica, a screenwriter who joined Chapman News for the first time this semester and has done exceptionally well on camera. Best of luck after graduation, Jessica.
Aw, thank you, Ingrid. Our next senior is Caroline Linton. Caroline is the president of her sorority, Kappa Alpha Theta, and says she's gained many memories here at Chapman, which she will always remember. We wish you the best of luck on the job hunt, Caroline, and we know you will be great. And of course, my own roommate all the way from freshman year, Chiara de Govea, will also be graduating. Fun fact, she's from Cape Town, South Africa, and has pursued 2 minors at Chapman. She tells us her plan is to move to LA and change the world.
I'm Lauren De Los Santos, sending much love to all our seniors that will be graduating. Coming up, from close calls on the gridiron to surprise victories on the ice, we've got all the sports covered right here on Chapman News.
We're Chapman News, and welcome to our newsroom.
Our team includes over 20 multimedia journalists who take on every role.
From on camera in the studio to behind the camera in the control room. We are here to inform you.
We're storytellers. We're dedicated to providing you with the news that matters most here in Orange County.
Got a story for us? We would love to hear from you.
At the center of it all, this is Chapman News.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
The Game Awards will be in Los Angeles next month for its 10-year anniversary. The event honors the best in the video game industry. Fans can vote in 29 different categories, and the nominees for each category were revealed yesterday. The top prize for the Game of the Year award will be decided amongst 6 nominees, which includes Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, and the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erd Tree. The event will be held at the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles on December 12th. To vote, fans can go to thegameawards.com.
There's a lot going on in the world of sports.
That's right. Our sports reporter Lauren Joy de los Santos has the latest. Lauren?
Thanks, Ingrid and Jessica. Welcome back to the Panther Sports Roundup, where we've got all the latest in the world of sports. The Anaheim Ducks won back-to-back games for the first time this season after upsetting the Dallas Stars on the road last night. The Ducks brought their firepower right away, with defenseman Olin Zellweger scoring 56 seconds into the first period, the second game in a row where he scored for Anaheim. Having a 3-0 lead in the third period, the Ducks managed to prevent a Stars comeback, winning 4-2 and snapping Dallas's 3-game win streak. Goalie Lucas Dostal posted 34 saves against the Stars, leading the NHL in games with 30-plus saves. The Ducks continue their road trip tonight in Chicago, where they face the Blackhawks at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Every year, the Ducks choose a fan who demonstrates courage and perseverance and names them an honorary member of the team, known as the 21st Duck. I had the chance to speak with Emma Malin, this season's 21st Duck, to learn more about her story.
Say hello to this season's 21st Duck, Emma Malin.
In the past month, 9-year-old Emma Malin has become a notable figure in Orange County. At the Anaheim Ducks home opener on October 16, Emma took the ice to be honored as this season's 21st Duck, joining the team in their opening ceremony.
It was just so great to just be a part of that, and it was so fun skating out on the ice and meeting all the team.
Online, Emma is known as Allergic Emma, where she and her mom, Rose, promote food allergy awareness. The cause is personal to the Malins. Emma has been affected by severe food allergies throughout her life.
Emma has had 5 anaphylactic reactions where she stopped breathing and could have died, almost died. You know, she is the extreme of the situation, but the extreme is more common than you realize.
Since being chosen as the 21st Duck, the Anaheim Ducks organization has made sure that the Malins feel they are part of the team.
The entire team really has connected with her and has taken the time to get to know her story, has spoken to me, but also has really just embraced her and has loved her and wanted to make sure that she's been a part of the experience since the day she found out.
Emma and Rose, both longtime Ducks fans, have also seen Ducks fans in Orange County rally around Emma and her cause.
It's been like a big hug from the community, from the Anaheim Ducks and from the local city in Orange County.
It's just so fun being the 21st Duck, and I just love it all.
Emma and Rose told me that they will be attending as many weekend home games as they can. So if you run into them, be sure to ask for a friendship bracelet. Emma was kind enough to give me one after our interview. If you want to learn more about Emma's advocacy and her journey, check out her Instagram at allergic_Emma or allergicemma.com. There is news out of the NFL today. The New York Jets fired General Manager Joe Douglas this morning. The team has not had a single winning record or playoff appearance since Douglas was hired back in 2019. The Jets named football advisor Phil Savage, who was the general manager for the Cleveland Browns from 2005 to 2008, as interim general manager. The team also says it will begin the search for a new GM immediately. The Sunday Night Football spotlight will once again be in Southern California later this week when the Rams host the Eagles. This past weekend, the Chargers won their 4th straight game with an electrifying win over the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bolts, who were leading by 21 points in the third quarter, quickly saw this game tied at 27 after the Bengals scored 3 passing touchdowns. Cincinnati had 2 chances to take the lead in the 4th. However, kicker Evan McPherson missed field goal attempts from 48 and 51 yards. With just 45 seconds left to go in the game, the Chargers went 84 yards in 4 plays. Running back J.K. Dobbins rushed for a 29-yard touchdown with 18 seconds left on the clock, which ultimately sealed the primetime win for LA 34-27. The Chargers ended Week 11 with a 7-3 record, their best 10-game start since 2018. The Chargers will once again play a primetime game Monday against the Baltimore Ravens. Brothers John and Jim Harbaugh will be coaching against each other for the first time since Super Bowl 47 in 2013, where John was victorious. It's lights out and away we go to Las Vegas for its second Formula One Grand Prix coming up this weekend. This race has received mixed reactions from both fans and Las Vegas residents. One Formula One fan says, quote, "Having a race in Vegas definitely adds to an appeal to those who don't know much about F1, since Vegas is a place of entertainment. However, I do believe that the Vegas GP is less focused on the sport and more focused on the celebrities and people who attend the event." With just 3 races left in the season, Max Verstappen is currently leading the Drivers' Championship with 393 points, and McLaren is leading the Constructors' Championship with 593 points. We are looking forward to seeing who will cross the finish line and take the checkered flag at the Las Vegas Street Circuit. That is all for the Panther Sports Roundup this week and this semester. I'm Lauren Joy de Los Santos, and we'll see you in the near future.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for all those fun stories in sports. And this month, men are throwing their razors in the trash for a cause. Movember, or No Shave November, was started in 2003 in an effort to, quote, change the face of men's health.
Some ways men are supporting the movement include growing a mustache for 30 days, donating to the Movember Company, and moving or walking 60 miles during the month.
Organizers say they want to encourage men to prioritize their physical and mental health. With today being International Men's Day, you can check out us.movember.com for more information.
All right, it's time to talk about our last 2 seniors we are going to recognize today.
That's right. They are our Chapman News executive producers, Emily Cho and Tegan Callie.
Emily Cho is an inspiring sports broadcaster who aspires to work in the industry as a camera operator or replay operator. Additionally, she is also the president of the Sports Broadcasting Club, CSBN. She has led exceptionally well in both the news and sports area.
And Tegan Callie is a Vegas native who has taken on the executive position in his 2nd semester here at Chapman News. He has many accomplishments in the industry, as he is currently working at the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix and in the NBC LA Bureau for nightly news with Lester Holt. We can't wait to see what's next for both of you, Tegan and Emily.
Craving a little sweet treat? Right after the break, we'll take a look at how 2 women entrepreneurs are stirring things up in the culinary world. Stay with us.
You are in the middle of a game. Adrenaline coursing through your body. And you are calling the shots. Feel the power as you control the game's narrative. From commentator to camera virtuoso, replay wizard to unyielding director. There is no better experience than being in the moment. Challenge your limits and embrace the electrifying rush that comes with the crowd's roar. You never know the epic plays you will capture and the masterpiece you could make. You could be an amateur learning on the fly or a pro wanting to expand your skills. You will always fit in. And what better place to broadcast your skills than in sports? Never knowing what is coming next and always coming across something new. Join the Chapman Sports Broadcasting Network and experience the thrill of life.
It may be sunny and 70 degrees, but Southern Californians can get a taste of winter starting later this week. Winterfest OC is SoCal's largest winter festival, and it's celebrating its 10th anniversary. The festival features an outdoor ice skating rink, an all-new kids carnival, and the fan-favorite 150-foot ice tubing slide. This year, they're also adding a holiday light show featuring music and 2 million lights. Nicole Fate, Winterfest OC's Director of Communications, says it's all about getting into the holiday spirit.
Have fun outside of the house, especially, post-pandemic. Having a awesome opportunity for everyone to get together and spend time having fun doing a bunch of activities that are wintry and holiday.
Winterfest OC will be open at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa this Friday from select dates until January 5th, 2025. To purchase tickets, visit the link on your screen.
Today is Women's Entrepreneurship Day, and we're celebrating the sweet success of a local cheesecake business here in Santa Ana.
Our reporter, Serena Martin-Baile, has more. Serena?
Thank you, Jessica and Ingrid. Women entrepreneurs continue to break barriers. I recently spent time with two best friends who are mixing passion, creativity, and culture into every bite.
And Wendy Leung, the creative and culinary minds behind Whisk and Sage Baking in Santa Ana. Lee and Leung are best friends who met while attending pastry school in New York 12 years ago. They moved to California to start something new.
I finally decided to make the move 2 years ago, and when I moved here, Wendy was like, oh, let's start our own business. I don't know anything about business, but Wendy has a very much like a woman entrepreneur mind, so she kind of like walked me through and explained to me like, okay, this is the vision. We want to introduce these flavors to people. And ultimately, we decided on cheesecake because in our experience, everyone loves cheesecake.
They trained under top chefs, and now these two have turned their dreams into a sweet success. Lee and Leung learned it wasn't easy building a brand from scratch.
It's been rough. There's been so many problems, but every time we sit down, we're able to find out like a solution for it.
In business, it's really difficult to start something just on your own. It can be like a very challenging uphill battle. And so when you do have someone, if you're lucky to have someone who can complement you in that way, it's a lot easier.
In addition to their delicious creations, Whisk and Sage has gained a loyal customer base by taking part in local events like the Orange Cone Farmers Market and Ubefest.
We've had customers that will repeatedly come back and they don't even live near here. And we're just blown away by just the love and the support that they have for us.
Be sure to check out Whisk and Sage Baking and follow them on Instagram at Whisk and Sage. They have some of my favorite cheesecakes in OC, and I brought some here for our anchors to try. I brought over Japanese sweet potato apple, their matcha flavor, blueberry crumble, and strawberry lychee. So we can start digging in. Let's try their seasonal flavor right now.
This looks so good.
Oh, guys, I love their cheesecake so much.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Okay. That one is definitely very good.
Mm-hmm. It's very sweet. It's really tasty.
Yeah.
Next, we can try their matcha. I know, Ingrid, you really like matcha, so
I do.
I'll let you get the first bite of that one.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh, this looks so good. Let's get a good scoop in there. This is really good. This is really
yeah,
good.
That's amazing.
I'm not typically a fan of matcha, but I really like this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these
it's
are all
really
homemade,
good.
right, too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's try my favorite, the blueberry crumble one.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just gonna take a quick bite of that.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, just gotta dig in there and get everything in there.
Mm-hmm. I really like their business because they offer some vegan and gluten-free and dairy-free options as well.
Okay, I can see why this one's your favorite. It's very good. I know I'll be checking out this spot, Serena. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
What a fun way to end off this semester. I'm Jessica McCrory.
And I'm Ingrid Lee, here with Serena Martin-Baile. Thanks for watching this last year's newscast of the semester. Have a great holiday season.